What's going on, Crypto TV? Hayden back making another YouTube video. So, how do you guys? This is a little off topic from the technical analysis that we usually do, but how do you guys like me adding like short little vlogs in the beginning of some of the videos that I make, just to make things different, make it like a little bit more interesting to watch, just giving you guys a different perspective. I do want to discuss a little bit about the channel and where you guys want to see this channel go in the future. It's a really important question. You guys make this channel. It is your channel. It's not my channel, it's your channel. I do what you guys want to see. So with that being said, I'd love to hear your feedback on where you want to see this go. Yes, it is going to stay predominantly cryptocurrency, but I also want to revolve it around money. Money is the major reason we're in cryptocurrency. So that's why I want to know where you guys want this channel to go. Do you guys want me to discuss other means of making money relative to crypto, or just a totally different method of making money? Doesn't have to be related to crypto. That's pretty much why I wanted to ask you guys personally what you guys think. I do want to keep it Crypto TV. I've just had different thoughts about it, maybe changing the name just to myself, Hayden Schreier, or maybe, you know, writing Crypto Hayden or something different. That's why I'm asking you guys. I want to keep the logo the same for right now, but I just want to see where I want this channel to go predominantly. Like, do I want to take a different branch to things, or do I want to keep it strictly technical analysis Crypto TV? Obviously, I will continue to do, you know, technical analysis on the channel, but I just want to maybe diversify things a little bit more, because this is such a niche in itself, and I've had so many other people asking me other questions. But otherwise, yeah, let me know your feedback on where you want to see this channel grow in the future. Give me some other ideas. What do you want to hear about? Do you care if I did little, you know, skits in the beginning of the crypto videos, kind of like what I'm doing a little bit now, maybe going off on talking about different things, traveling, doing that, and putting maybe a 1 to 2 minute little intro of that, and then leading back into Crypto TV, trying to just do something different? Let me know, and I'll see you guys in the technical analysis part. What's going on, guys? So let's get on with the technical analysis part of today's episode. So if you guys are new to the channel, please make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, leave a giant thumbs up. If you want to see more content like this, I do appreciate it. Otherwise, in this episode, we will be looking at Litecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, as well as XRP to US dollar. We'll be checking out the coin market cap. And lastly, we will be looking at an article basically talking about Litecoin getting adopted in Switzerland in an ETP. What is that? I will tell you. Otherwise, let's just jump into the coin market cap to start off today's episode like we always do. As you guys can see, we have market cap of 183. Is this all the way bright? Nope. There we go. 183. We have a 24-hour volume of 13.4. Bitcoin dominance 52.7. So we're seeing a slightly declining Bitcoin dominance compared to yesterday, indicating that Bitcoin is getting slightly weaker. More money is moving into alts. We see 24-hour volume is also very, very, very low at 13. We have seen it lower in the past. We've also seen it much higher the past couple of days in the $20 billion range. 13 billion, very, very, very low, coming down to a more stagnant stability, stable point. Market cap 183 is about the same as yesterday. So to say it fair, another day of consolidation is what we're most likely going to see. Showing you guys the top 10 cryptos, you can see only 3 out of the 10 are down, and not by much. Ethereum down by 0.13, Bitcoin Cash 2.44, and then Litecoin 0.91, all down in the red. Again, another day of Litecoin. We're seeing stability, trading sideways, and in the red, unfortunately. But one thing to note is the coins that are up are not up by much. Bitcoin only up by 0.35. Majority of the other coins seem to be up 1 to 4%. But you guys can see all the sideways consolidation we're starting to see. One thing to note is XRP and Ethereum do seem to be, you know, flip-flopping between second and third in terms of market cap every like week or so. So that's something to keep an eye on. Let me know what you guys think about XRP. Are you a fan of XRP? I know a couple of you are. You guys have made that very, very, very blatant and obvious in the comments below. But I want to hear of the rest of you guys. Don't be shy. You can see, though, a lot of stability, which we were anticipating right after the correction that we saw. You can see where that correction was, and now you're seeing the sideways trading happening after that. Majority, we're seeing a lot of red, actually. And there's some green, but majority is red. Not really doing any sort of moves, only down by like 3-4% and up by like 2 or 3%. So nothing to be too worried about. I do want to show you guys this article really quick. AMB Crypto, shout out to them. Switzerland approves the very first cryptocurrency ETP, includes Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Bitcoin Cash, and Litecoin. So there is going to be a breakdown, and we are going to hopefully discuss what the ETP is. So as I scroll down, you can see while the whole cryptocurrency community has been waiting for the SEC to approve a Bitcoin ETF, Switzerland has yet again proved that they are one step ahead than any other country in terms of encouraging institutional investors to participate in this space, which is also really, really, really important. I would like to see more retail investors get involved with this, and I want to see it become more mainstream, but institutional investors will definitely impact the market as well. It says, according to reports on Financial Times, Switzerland's main stock exchange has opened its doors for the first ETP, tracking multiple currencies. That's what that is. 6 Swiss exchanges based in Zurich. If any of you guys are from Switzerland, let me know if you're familiar with that place. We'll start the trading of Amun Crypto ETP from next week. The ETP is designed to track an index of the 5 well-known cryptos. This includes BTC, Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin. It's funny how Bitcoin Cash is in there, but it makes sense. I'm kind of shocked by the division they have set in this ETP. Let me know what you guys think. Number 1 would be XRP. Actually, number 1 would be Bitcoin, but it says XRP is 24.4%. The other diversity is 16.7 for Ethereum, 5.2 Bitcoin Cash, 3% for Litecoin, and the rest of it will be filled up of Bitcoin, so around probably like 40 to 50% Bitcoin, which tells you something. If that's how they're diversifying their portfolio, maybe you should do something similar. But then again, let me know. 3% for Litecoin is kind of low. The annual management fee for the ETP is 2.4%, not bad. Additionally, it is unclear on which the fork of BCH they will be opting for, since the fork took place earlier this week. The fork has resulted in the network splitting into 2, commonly, as we've talked about, BCHSV and BCHABC, which is an upgrade from Bitcoin ABC and Bitmain. Co-founder of and CEO of Amun, Hani Rashwan, stated the exchange-traded product is formed in a way that it meets the standards which are set in a traditional ETP that is extensively opted by the investors. He further added, the Amun ETP will give institutional investors that are restricted to investing only in securities or do not want to set up a custody for digital assets exposure to cryptocurrencies. It will also provide access for retail investors and currently have no access to crypto exchanges due to local regulatory impediments. So that's another thing. A lot of institutional investors are not allowed to get involved in cryptocurrency because of where they live. Certain regulations apply to that country that will not allow them to, access certain coins, trade certain coins, or allow them even to, buy cryptocurrency on exchanges. So to make this semi-relative to an institutionalized ETP, ETF, and allowing institutional investors to get involved in it, and it's traded like a stock, but it's a decentralized portfolio, is a huge concept to think about. That definitely opens some huge doors and allows them to at least get involved, seldom, within cryptocurrency. And if you hear Chase Bank just put $100 million into an ETP that was diversified by cryptocurrency, if you hear that on the news, you hear about Amazon doing that, that is going to be huge news for everyone to, take note of. That literally is going to open so many doors for people. They're going to be like, oh, wow, Chase, which we know is a huge bank that is trusted in mainstream, retail investors. It's trusted. Will allow them to be like, well, then if they're investing in crypto, I guess I can too. And then that will open many doors. So it says at the end, let's see, Cryptolicious, another Redditor. So these are different comments from them. They said, this might encourage the SEC to allow an American ETF. The rest of the world doesn't wait for U.S. regulators. That's one thing. That was by DAG 1975. And then what I was referring to was, well, if 50 to 60% of investors grew a pair and said FCK, the SEC, the bull run would begin. It's as simple as that. The fact that the SEC has almost all investors cowering in the corner, please, Master SEC, when bespeaks volumes of investor psychology or lack of thereof. So that are pretty good statements, actually. You know, we're waiting for the SEC to allow American ETFs, and that could potentially start a huge bull run. It's a lot of very interesting comments. So definitely leave your opinion, voice yourself. That's the point of this channel. Voice yourself no matter what comment it is. Leave it in the comment section below. Otherwise, let's just do a quick analysis and summary of the four cryptocurrencies we would like to review today. I guess we can call them all 4 blue chips because a lot of you guys have stated it as such. One thing to note is Litecoin on the 4-hour has finally entered a more neutral area on its 4-hour. We were extremely oversold back at 41.21, and you can see we are currently at 42.48. So we're now out of that oversold market. You can see we're currently trading at around 40 on the relative strength index, and it seems like we're starting to retrace back up to around the high-low MMA on the 4-hour at 47.84. Now, interesting note is that we are seeing some resistance at the current level we're at right now. I'm just trying to zoom out. It doesn't seem like we've been this low for quite some time. You can see what I'm referring to is the current price is actually hitting resistance right over here. You can see we've had huge candle spikes or wicks that have shot us all the way down to $40, but retraced back up to this level, 42.50. You can see that's currently where the resistance is right now. We've broke above, but we've retraced back down. So 42.50 on the short term does seem to be a semi-resistance for this market. And as you guys know, on the coin market cap, you can see that our volume is fairly low at 335 for Litecoin. So that does tell you something, that we are seeing some pretty low volume. You know, Tether has 2.9 billion, which is wild. Litecoin is 335 million. Huge difference. That's why we're seeing a lot of sideways momentum until we get some more volume into the market and into Litecoin especially. Then we'll start to see us kind of challenge and start to move back up. Only short-term reason we moved up right now is because we were oversold on the 4-hour. Like I said, buying back down at 40 was still a good opportunity. Moving up $2.50 is still profit. Trying to zoom out on Litecoin doesn't seem to be working at the moment. So let's just move on really quick. We're looking at Bitcoin on the daily, pretty much a similar chart to Litecoin. But what I wanted to point out is the reason we're on the daily is because this is still a really good indicator for the rest of the market. Let's see if Litecoin loaded up. No, not sure why. Does have this problem on Google Chrome sometimes, but we're still oversold on the daily for Bitcoin. Bitcoin, as you guys know, is the father token. It's the father coin. That's what we use to follow. As you guys can see, it is currently oversold still on the daily. So until we start to see this coin get back above this line right here into this gray area, we are still going to be oversold and we are still due to move back up. So we are still anticipating higher levels. Yes, we are currently at 55.42 for Bitcoin, 5,542. But we should anticipate a slight movement back upwards into a much more neutral region. So do anticipate some higher moves. I would like to show you guys it on the 4-hour. I'm not sure if it's going to load, and it does. Very interesting. Litecoin's still struggling to load, whatever reason, whatever. But as you guys can see, on Bitcoin, on its 4-hour, we do seem to be out of that oversold market. I do think by the time Bitcoin gets into a more neutral area on its daily, that would pretty much lead Bitcoin from this level all the way up to here on its 4-hour. So expect to see a $6,000 Bitcoin when we see Bitcoin on its daily get into a neutral area and get out of that oversold region. So when it was over here on the daily, when it gets into here, we should see the price rise to around $6,000. I'll show you guys that one more time on the daily. So when we get from here, or I'll move it over. So when we get from this level right here back into this region, it should drive the price up to 6,000, which is actually pretty high, up to around here, $6,000. This level right here is where I'm anticipating this coin to run to. If you look at things, it's actually pretty small. It's right around here, right in the middle. You can see of this downfall, we're going to probably see some correction back upwards. It's only been a few days, so I still don't think there's anything to worry about. Again, short-term plays, not talking about the long run. I do think this is a good buying opportunity because I do think we're going to retrace back up above yellow and a little bit higher due to the fact we are still oversold. Ethereum, another day of consolidation. Slight price increase due to the fact that we were oversold on its 4-hour. So a slight increase in price similar to that is why we, moved up. We were oversold. I do think we're going to consolidate out, trade quite some time. Very little volume in Ethereum, but eventually I would like to see it correct back up and, rise up and retest its 4-hour high-low MMA and, stay there. So XRP has been a project for us that we've been discussing for quite a while now. One thing to look at is we were anticipating some sort of ascending triangle. That's where we left off a few weeks ago. Dave C., if you remember, we were in some sort of ascending triangle. And I said, even with the dip that we experienced, I was anticipating a retracement or correction back up and getting us back inside our ascending triangle. That is what I said, and I quote. So what has happened now? Very similar, if almost exactly what I've said. So you guys can see, zooming in on our daily, we've had this ascending triangle that has formed, and you can see the resistance at the top where that white band is. You'll notice we were kind of entrapped and tangled inside our high-low MMA, retraced back down to support at 41.8, so 41 cents or 42 cents. We then retraced back up all the way back inside our high-low MMA, traded there for 4 days, and now we have finally broken back up. We are now back inside our ascending triangle. Now, one thing to note is this is one of two things. Either we are not yet inside the ascending triangle, we're trying to break back in, or we have already broken in and it is acting as a support. This is kind of a tough area to call that. I need to see. If we were up here, I'd say we're back in, but we're literally on the cusp. So we're going to have to see what tomorrow's price is for XRP, probably higher, and we'll most likely be back inside this ascending triangle. And then my daily call, my call that I've been saying, will continue to be tested. We will still see this ascending triangle form. We're back inside, probably trade out, consolidate into this, build some pressure, see some volume, and either break bullish or break bearish. We're going to have to find out. We're going to have to do some studying and some research on that. But otherwise, that's going to sum up today's episode for... That's going to sum up the episode for today, guys. My apologies. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, leave a giant thumbs up if you like the content, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's episode. Peace.